Welcome to CarTorque with Matty J. Another Tuesday night, more car-related topics. In the studio with James. What's going on?
How you going?
Not bad, mate. Not bad. Good show before. I was listening in.
Yeah, just kind of recapping all the movies I saw. Too many movies.
I mean, it was actually a better year considering what we've had in the previous years.
I mean, you know, politically, the year might not have been great, but movie-wise, had some really good stuff.
It was a bit of an improvement, just to say the least. Geez, you guys briefly mentioned Baby Driver. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
The stunt driving was pretty epic.
Oh yeah.
And it was good to see that actually did it.
Yeah, like for real, no CGI crap, actual real stunt driving.
And what's the guy's name? Ansel.
Ansel Elgort.
Yeah, that's Grasso coming in, Mr. Adam himself. Yeah, he actually bought one of the Rexes that was on the show. That was on the
really?
movie. Yeah, he bought it. He bought it for himself. As we get the guy wearing the Super Mario Brothers T-shirt, Mr. Adam. Been a while since he's been on the show. How you going, mate?
Good, yourself?
Good, mate. Good to see you. Good to see you.
It's good, man. Hang on.
Well, greeting hands here. Tonight we're going to be talking about fun engine swaps that we'd love to do. So Adam's got a smile on his face already. On my Facebook page, I mentioned one that I've seen done a couple of times, but I'd really love to do it myself. Would be a 2ZZ swap in a series like a third gen MR2. So one out of a Corolla, Sportivo, or, 141 kilowatt, 4-cylinder that's got lift and revs to like a bazillion RPM.
So similar to the Celica's?
Yeah, it's the same engine. Yeah. So I saw one on a one take with Matt Farah, and I'm like, yeah, that is super cool.
Yeah, those MR2s are pretty sick though. Just the Bathurst editions, the turbos.
That was the previous gen. But
they're sick. They're sick looking cars.
They're mad.
Mini Ferraris.
Well, people used to put fake body kits on them to make them look like Ferraris.
They look sick.
If you can't get one, make one. I guess that's the way to do it. Look, we're going to go to our first song of the night. And first break, we're going to go to a song by Wafia, another Aussie artist who we've been playing a lot lately on the show. Song's called Only Love, and we'll be right back after this. You're back on CarTorque with Matty J. That was Wafia with Only Love, and it's playing again. It did the same thing last week.
Yeah, someone keeps putting on repeat for some reason. Why you would want to repeat the same song?
I don't know. Anyway, what can you do? Now, I was just telling, we mentioned this last week, I got my partner a new car. And,
what'd you get?
Yeah, I got the Accord Euro Luxury.
Oh, nice. What colour?
Honda 2000.
I was going to say, I hope it's not red.
Yeah, no, because they fade.
They look crap. Yes.
Yeah, she got a Honda 2000. What are the
Euro?
Accord Euro 2004, one owner car. Didn't need a single thing for roadworthy. It was pretty Mac. She's actually really happy with it. But
Auto? Yeah.
Auto, yeah. I wanted to get her a manual. Like, she can drive manual.
Yeah, but you want a comfortable car. Just chillax. You got the F6 and the laser for that, so.
Yeah, and then and that's what I was just going to mention. It's so nice to hop in a car and just put in drive and just like waft home, like occasionally. As good as it is to be rolling through the gears.
I brought the Swift tonight and it still goes hard, even though it's only a 1.5, but it's auto, and you just go. You don't have to think about it.
Your charger must be hell on your leg.
It's actually really light.
It's really light.
Really?
It surprised the hell out of me.
Light.
Really?
Really, really light.
That's surprising for such an old car, like a piece of metal.
See, it works on a pivot system.
Yeah.
So it's got some sort of pivot just behind the firewall. I don't know. It's just the way they designed it's piece of cake.
See, Falcons and Holdens at the time were horrendous.
But they had a cable.
Yeah.
They had a cable pulling the clutch. It's like
horrendous.
And they broke through the firewall too.
Yep.
They literally sawed the firewall.
That's so bad. I mean, even Falcons till the late 90s were like ELs and stuff were hard work to drive it as a manual.
That's why if I was to get an EL, I'd get an auto.
Yeah. I mean they still look good.
Yeah. XR kit looks good.
Yeah, with the full Tickford stuff though.
Good luck finding it.
Yeah, good luck finding a clean one under 10 grand these days. And it's hard to believe that an EL Falcon's worth more than 10 grand, but it's happening.
I mean, even the GTs, the ugly GTs, are actually going for a bit too.
They're
considering
like 40 grand now.
Yeah,
Man.
they used to be.
They used to be worth nothing.
Almost nothing. Yeah.
Well, considering EB GTs are worth quite a bit of coin now. Like you're looking at 30 grand for one of those.
They looked okay compared to the EL.
Yeah, the EL was a bit of a.
That was hideous. I don't know what they were thinking, but anyway, they just slapped a lot of vents and stuff all over the joint, and oh yeah, it looked cool.
It is what it is.
Roof scoop.
That's one thing they didn't put on.
Leave speed underground too.
And neons.
And neons. It's got the neons, man. But look, we're talking all things engine swaps, and now I've seen like my partner's car. Her engine been put in like Civics and stuff, and they boogie when they're bigger engine in a small car. And
They actually got a lot of beef. They're 2.5s, right?
2.4.
Okay, 2.4. Yeah, I remember one of our mates, Martin, back in the day, had one.
Yeah, he did. He did have one. He had like a full body kit and stuff.
It went really well.
His was auto too, wasn't it?
Yeah, auto, and it still went really well compared to mine. Like side by side, it was a lot more powerful, man.
Right.
Maybe because he got up there in the revs, but it went really well.
Was he quicker than the Astra?
Oh yeah,
Dead set.
100%.
I mean, like they got 140 odd kilowatts,
More than mine. I've only got 110.
but like they're not a light car though.
What do they weigh roughly? What do you reckon?
Like around 14, 15.
200 kilos more than me. 300 kilos more than me.
Yeah.
But then again, it's got 30 more kilowatts. That's a lot of power.
Yeah, true, and
Still.
it's all up high too.
Yeah.
I picked up Luke in it in the because we had to drop one car back, and VTEC just kicked in, and he's like, "Goes all right." He's like, "I know VTEC's a bit of a joke, but he's like, this goes all right."
And it actually does work
Yeah.
in a way. You do produce that little bit more at the top, but all you need to do is put a nice big fat cold air intake in that thing, and you'll start sounding like rice for sure.
Rice. As we are welcomed by Alan. What's going on, dude?
Not much. Apologies for the delay.
No
Stuck
stress at
work.
all. Thank you for coming in. We're talking all things engine swaps.
I was listening in on the way.
So
You put in what neons on a Falcon, was it?
oh, always, yeah. Neons on Falcons and roof scoops too.
Roof scoops. You need them for the extra credit. You can't get to the 10 stars.
Well,
without
when
it.
you take out your AC, you need a bit of cool air coming in, right?
Rally spec,
That's it.
mate. That's I don't know what to say. Oh, I don't know what happened to Martin's car.
I don't know. Wouldn't have a clue. Actually, I heard it got impounded once or twice. I can't.
At this point, it's been crushed. You can safely say it's been crushed.
Yeah, I remember getting impounded once. I think it happened the second time, but who knows?
Well,
Yes.
third time you keep it quiet then, because you know it's been crushed.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
true.
it's-
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Is it about my cube?
you have 30 minutes to move your cube.
Your cube has been towed away.
Yeah. Well, look, engine swaps. K24s in like Civics and stuff are really, really popular, especially in America. Like they do quite a fair bit of them there, and they make get good power, or they do a K20/24 swap, which is the K20 bottom end, K24 head.
Sorry, I know I'm sort of like off track, but it's relevant still. I watched a video recently. I can't remember what channel it was, but it was a whole bunch of Civics, all just one massive drag race. And we're talking about probably 10, 15 Civics all against each other. You'd be surprised who bet all the turbo Civics and supercharged Civics and NA.
Really?
NA Civic, bet them all.
You're kidding? Was it a
No
modified
joke.
one?
It was modded.
Yeah.
It was modded off its, it was off its tits. Let's just say
Yeah,
that. But yeah, it smashed all the turbos.
NA.
NA.
Far out.
If I can find the video, I'll
Walking
show you.
race was
but
like a
It's just a drag race. It's just a straight drag
drag
race.
race of like 100 meters or something.
No, I don't know. But
Wait for the boost to
You
come
don't
in.
build,
It's
yeah,
really
you don't
hard.
build boost, so you can't like like more than 1,000.
No, it was at 3,500. That's it. No shit. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to see. And NA Civic smashed them all.
That's pretty dope.
It was pretty cool.
I'm not gonna lie. That's you gotta find me that video.
I will find it.
We'll have to put that on our Facebook page. That's actually pretty nuts. Look, I always remember speaking to my friend Mark, and his friend had an EP3, which is like the Civic Type R they got in the UK with the independent rear and stuff. And he's like, he used to talk it up heaps. They all went for a drive in it. Okay, he's found the video. We'll have to watch it in a sec. And he's like, when they all hopped in the car, it went nowhere because it was just like so heavy because like there was like
You got bogged down.
bogged down. He's like, this thing's slow. He's like, believe me, it's not. But when he was by himself in the car, like it went good. So and that was NA. So it actually surprised him, and he's like a bit of a muscle car guy. So it was really like anything can be made can be special crazy fast. And I believe they had a K20 too, the EP3s, which is really really powerful engine. And
Yeah.
and that's what came in the Euro R, believe it or not. So they went down to 2 liters in the Euro R, but gained like 20 kilowatts.
That reminds me of another video, the K20 Civic that was stripped out completely, and just because of its lightweight, it beat like V8s and stuff just off the line. He didn't do a long drag race because he knew it was gone. But just those little spurts, especially off the lights and stuff, champion.
Smashed.
Yeah, even Supras.
Dead set.
Yeah,
Far out.
for like 2 meters.
like I said, make sure the race isn't more than 100 meters. You are sweet,
Mate, traffic light.
exactly.
That's it. Speed hump to speed hump.
Gutter to gutter.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, on track with the engine swaps, something that pops into my head is obviously the Ford 4-litre.
Yeah. Big time.
They're in absolutely anything and everything at the moment. From the old Fords like XF and etc.
Dude, I saw one in the Continental.
There you go.
Like, the old, JFK bloody murdered Continental. Yeah, like, the guy put one in that because he's like, the reason he went to Summernats and there was a video where he's getting interviewed. He's like, the reason I put one in this is because I'm building my big block at home and needed something to get the Summernats in. So
So it's just the lone engines, really. It's just a Band-Aid for now and far out. And it still went all right.
It went good.
And that's pulling a big car.
A heavy car, too.
As long as it can rip a skid, right? That's what matters. The 4-litre.
I mean, they're getting put in Holdens. They're getting put in, in pretty much everything.
Well,
we've talked about barrel swaps quite a bit on the show, but like, it's kind of easy to see why. They're easy to make power out of and quite reliable.
there's an abundance of them, and a lot of people are doing them up, which means, all in all, parts go down in price. Makes it easy to do.
But that also means if there's a higher demand for them and they're not making them anymore.
That's another problem. They're not
Someone
making
go to your wreckers, buy like 3, and just keep them in your garage.
Because there's people that are selling them to the States now.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure there's a big black market for this stuff too. Honestly,
I still feel it's a bad idea to go that far out. Like, just in terms of parts, once again. If something goes wrong, you have to call somebody in Australia.
Yeah. Hey, mate, you gotta...
$500 it does!
Oh, man. No, but it's... They're getting sent everywhere at the moment. I think a lot of it's got to do with the Cresta build from Monte Carlos.
To be honest, if it blows up enough, people will start fabbing stuff up.
I mean, that's what they do with
They'll be
Supras.
seeing blocks, they'll be seeing heads. Before you know it, there'll be an complete aftermarket engine for it.
You can get a better 2JZ now than you can get back in the day.
Exactly.
I mean, that's...
Exactly.
I mean, well, speaking of 2JZs, that's another big swap that people do.
Yeah. Yeah, they put 2JZ in a GTR. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yep. I think
Only way to make this reliable, put a Toyota engine in it.
I could have sworn I saw it in a Rex once. Am I right? Yeah, I think I've seen it in a Rex.
Yeah.
What else? 2JZ. I reckon I should put one in my Charger.
That'd be sick. Your Charger would go very well.
I'd need very fat tyres at the back, I tell you.
Not the pizza cutters you got.
No, not the pizza cutters that are on there now. They're the original tyre size. I don't understand how they drove around with that because I can't turn a corner without the wheel squealing.
Well, is it 225, right?
No, smaller, I think. I think they're like 215s.
Wow.
They're skinny. Real
Pizza
skinny.
cutters?
Yeah.
What are the jelly beans? Are they a lot wider?
The jelly beans can take like 275s.
Okay, yeah, I'd be putting 275s on it.
No, I can't fit 275s. You got to relocate the leaf spring brackets. So I'm not going to do that. I can fit 265s comfortably, but I think I'm going to go 245.
Well, 265s are bigger than what I got on the Typhoon.
Yeah.
I got 245s on the Typhoon.
Yeah,
so.
that's probably what I'm going to get 4.5s. But anyway, I'll see. I've got to suss it out. But getting off track. But yeah,
no, definitely a 2J in your Supra would be
Fun. We're putting Japanese engines, or Toyota engines specifically, in muscle cars. I want to put the Lexus LFA V10 in a Mustang.
Yeah, that'd be bloody epic.
No, because you know what? The problem is with the Mustang is they're designed to actually gravitate towards footpaths.
Only at a car show and wherever there are people gathered.
It's like...
Chuck a skid, mate. Oh, yeah.
You never say that to a Mustang owner.
No. It's gone to the stage where I see Mustangs, I walk away. Like, it's just, you don't want that to happen to you.
But you know what another problem is with the Mustang is the option for the 4-cylinder in it. I mean, it's cool.
It's a good engine.
It's a great engine. It's actually better than the RS. The RS engine because it doesn't have the head problem. Because apparently,
do you know why?
It's got different materials in the cast block.
No,
that's what I heard. Okay,
that was what they were saying at first. But
okay,
it has been officially released that Ford, being Ford, made a mistake because it's the same block and
So
essentially
it's cast exactly the same.
minor differences.
Okay.
And they've accidentally, for the first batch, used the Mustang head gasket, which is different, and it's not.
So I'm assuming the Mustang's got a different head. Slightly.
There's slight alterations. It's not as. I know the issue with the head gasket was that not enough water was being able to go through.
Yeah, so
through.
maybe the valley holes, so they were being sort of semi-blocked by the gasket.
Yeah, and that was causing the heat spot the engine, and then causing the heads to warp and crack, and head gasket failure and ultimate catastrophic. Well, it is a big engine failure. So it was only happening in the first batch that got sold. So
I wouldn't mind if I had one and fanged the shit out of it and then got a brand new engine out of it. That would be pretty decent when you think about it. But yeah.
And then they whip up the computer again, they hook it up, they're like, nah, driver abuse.
driver abuse,
warranty void.
drift mode.
So your engine's been in drift mode since day one. Oh, no, the button got stuck.
I haven't been able to change it back.
So your engine's average RPM has been 7,000.
Yes. Hey, I want a bumper-to-bumper warranty, mate. You fix my car.
Hey, on that note, the new Hyundai comes with warranty that covers for track work.
Yeah, the new is it the i30 i30N? Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So they're actually covering you for like track work. It's the same thing with what Ford do overseas with the Mustang 350R, GT350R.
That's cool.
They warrant that for track use. But people went and bought the GT350, which didn't have the extra cooling, and tracked it and blew them up or damaged them. And like, oh, but you said it was track. He's like, the R was because it had extra cooling. That's the reason why we warranted for that. But it's going to be interesting to see how many people actually take them to the track, and because I reckon it's a good looking car.
But they're not that expensive either, I think. Are they? I actually haven't seen the price.
I think they're around Focus ST money or a little bit more.
Oh, STs are not that bad when you consider
40,
what you get.
Grand, yeah. Well, ST's a good car.
Yeah. What would you take over the two?
To be honest with you, because I see a lot of STs around, and a lot of them are like, not owned correctly.
I don't think the right people are buying them. But anyway,
I'd be going for the i30N.
Really?
I'd totally rock when I run ST, and I've driven an ST and I loved it.
Well, yeah, we drove it. I drove, I think, the same one as you. Yeah,
yeah.
That was and look, they're not bad. They're pretty quick. They're nice. They're comfortable.
The seats are sick. I love the seats in them.
Seats are cool.
The cars in them.
Seats are cool.
Are pretty damn dope. But yeah.
Although I think I'd pick a Fiesta ST over the normal ST just for fun factor.
Oh yeah, I would too.
Yeah, but the ST, they're not bad. But Hyundai over the ST, that's a big call. Man. It's a big call.
But there are big graphs for this car. I don't know if you heard much about the car, Alan.
Not too much apart from the guy who put down the first deposit got like some good benefits.
What did he get?
He was I think he was taken to a track and stuff and given like a track experience for free by Hyundai.
That's pretty mad.
Yeah, and everyone else was complaining on the Facebook page as you do.
Yeah.
Have a whinge, yeah.
But I haven't actually seen many figures on the i30. I haven't looked up. So
I think they're in the 200 kilowatt mark, 206 kilowatts, I believe.
Still a lot for a small car.
Front wheel drive too.
Heaps.
But as we said last week and the week before on the show, front wheel drive technology's come a long way.
It has.
Yeah, electronic diff, this, that.
I mean, this top has got what 250 odd? Sorry, no, not 250. Like 220 or 30 kilowatts in at the front wheels, and it's an impressive figure for such a for a front wheel drive car, and it's able to use it properly. I mean, it's the fastest front wheel drive car in the Nürburgring.
It's pretty cool.
It's faster than a Zonda.
See, that shows you something too, doesn't it?
That shows technology and progression in cars. But yeah, speaking of that, I would definitely have a Fiesta ST over a Focus ST, but I would have i30N over a Focus ST.
What about RS?
No, I'd have an RS over it.
Okay, that's it. Alrighty. See, we haven't mentioned anything about Golfs or Renaults or anything like that because why? I don't know. Because
the Melbourne car scenes we've mentioned before is just Golfs now.
Yeah, that's one of the problems.
People, as I mentioned to Alan, people that have moved from WRXs to Golf Rs now.
Yeah, no, but I don't want to say it. It's the same with Fords, like the Falcons. Like, I'm not being biased at all, but there's a lot of people that just chuck a set of rims and lower their Falcon and go, "This is sick." Come on, man.
You take that back. You take that back.
Come on.
You take that back, sir, right now.
Hey, it doesn't look that bad. Come on, Adam.
No, I'm not saying it looks bad, but it's the same as we're generalising the golf scene, right? It's the same as the Ford Falcon scene. And all
I
that.
mean, look, every scene's got their issues. I mean, like, I went and had a look at Mark IV R32s.
yeah,
They're still like pushing 30 grand, yeah, 20 to 30 grand.
that's because they're rare.
That's because they're rare. But all of them on car sales today, you go have a look. They've all been lowered on airbags,
On 20 trims.
On 20 trim. I'm like, why? This was a car that was supposed to be like a handling machine and like a really good car.
They were
Why are you
comfortable
doing
performance cars. Yeah, they were decent cars, but I don't know. Kids these days probably just don't know how to handle their cash. I don't know. I don't know.
Hashtag Stance Nation. But no, look, I've got a thing
You know
wrong
what they
with,
do?
with that.
You
But
only race on the freeways. That's what you do when you get a Golf R. You know, you just do a straight line, nothing else. Because you know the moment you turn a corner, your car's going to slip.
airbags, auto. No, look, there was like no clean ones. Like every person that's owned a Golf, like of that,
You're all bad people.
You're,
You're here first, folks.
the cops are coming after you next.
Well, actually, I'm starting to see a lot more, getting pulled over.
Well,
Look, all right. Well, we stereotype Golf R's. 86s are all, light exhausts go nowhere. Falcons and Commodores dumped on their ass with stockies on the rear end. Basic, and then you got Skylines, which are just as bad as everybody else because everyone.
but that's the thing, though. Honestly, tell me how many times do you see let's say a Skyline to another car ratio? You don't see them out as much anymore.
You still do see quite a fair.
You do, but
Four
you
doors
see,
automatics.
yes,
I'm
you
sorry.
see them, but
My neighbour has 3 GTRs.
okay, sorry, my neighbour doesn't have that, but you know
All the
what I'm
suburbs
saying.
represent.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
There's that much else out there that, yeah, the cops are focusing their, I guess their radars on other things, being people doing up golfs and etc. But
Okay, well, if you would have a Skyline and you were to put an engine in it, what would you keep? Would you keep like if it was a GDR? Would you keep the RB26 or would you put like an RB30 26 or?
I put a Gallo 12 to be honest. But anyway,
No, 24. So
24. Oh shit, sorry. Yeah, 24's got a little bit more juice. Yeah, fair enough. Literally juice.
It's my favourite pizza place. What can I say?
Yes.
If for some reason the RB26 blew up in my GTR, hypothetical GTR, then I could, and I just didn't want to deal with like the RB engine. I could see myself trying to do a barrel swap.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
In a GTR?
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
Yeah, but hang on. Could you get the four-wheel drive system to adapt?
Probably
Could
not.
you adapt it?
Probably not.
It's probably been done, man, because they've been barrels put in Skylines for years now.
Like ideally, I would like much more be accepting of a person doing it just to like a GTS or something, Skyline.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want my engine to blow up in my Skyline. But at the same time, if I'm just like, it's either this, like scrap the car, or put something else in there, then I'd probably go with the barrel.
Yeah. No, fair enough. There you go. See, you've heard it here first. If Alan buys a GDR and it blows up, I'm going to hold you to that. If you ever buy a GDR, and it blows up,
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it.
Buy the GDR or blow up the GDR and then put a barrel.
Both.
You wouldn't buy a GTR, swap the engine in it, regardless of if it's blown or not, because it's just not worth it. You'd seriously just fix the engine.
Ideally, you would, especially given the price these days.
Yes, especially for a NERB. No, was it NERB?
NERBs are
NERB
150
edition.
grand
Yeah,
now.
that's just ridiculous. But
Do you recall how
More.
much the like factory kind of delivery miles one sold for? Because there was one, I think, just a couple of weeks back that
it had
was put on
almost 0
auction.
Ks. Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah, 0 Ks. They went something crazy.
yeah, because that thing was sitting in a showroom forever.
Yeah.
yeah.
jeez.
Like,
You know
getting your hands on that would have been.
Yeah.
You get a.
Well, if I win the lotto, how is this? I'll buy you one, Alan.
I'll take it, and then I'll
me the
blow
same
it,
way.
and then I'll put the barrel. Just then you have to buy me another one though, because
I'll have to have you have.
You know,
have
what?
one
He'll
with the barrel.
buy you the GTR and he'll buy you a Falcon Turbo, so you could do the swap.
I'll do it.
He'll even pay for the swap for you, just to rub it in my face. Okay.
What would you like if I won the lotto? What engine
What would
swap
I-
would you like?
Honestly, being realistic, I'd love to put something turbo in the Charger, but I'd just put a massive 8 in it, like
Yeah.
a big 440 in there.
Yeah.
Just something massive.
Just with lumpy cam.
Just insane. I want to start it, and I want the
And you
neighbours'
want
shit to
to
fall off the wall.
immediately stall. You want to start it, and you want to immediately stall, and then you have to like keep it going, put a little choke and stuff. You know those old engines.
Just hear it
No,
dying.
Come on, lumpy cams and old engines.
I'd
You know
have
that's
this-
going to happen.
I'd have this thing down pat, and it would literally eat your GTR. It would suck it
A
into
barrel
the
swap
carby.
GTR, right? Making like 700 kilowatts.
Kilowatts, man, in 1,000
Hey, at least I can
newtons.
lay a fatter skid than you then. Okay, how about that?
But he'd be laying. Geez,
All
1011s.
Yes.
Oh man, no. Look, you know what engine swap I'd really love to see? I'd really love to see a Beams engine, a 3S GE Beams. You know the one that they came in the Altezas.
Yes.
I'd like to see one of those in a Toyota 80, like a Toyota 86.
See, that's the thing. Weren't they going to turbo the 86s at some stage?
Well, there's been talk since the car came out, right? But it's never going to happen.
Put the damn STI engine in there and just be done with it.
It's the same block.
That's the freaking problem. Like, I understand what they want to do with this car, but if they turboed it, made it one special edition, that'd be awesome. But then again, there's turbo kits out there for them.
There is.
So you don't even have to do the swap. But yeah, to have a factory turbo would be awesome.
Well, I was speaking to a guy I work with. He's got a BRZ and or BRZ, or however it's called, and he's looking at the turbo swap, and he got quoted $5,000 for the turbo, like swap, tune, everything installed,
Intercooler, everything, the whole kit.
And it's a driveline warranty. So like off the original engine, off the original internals, because obviously it's the NA engine, I should say.
So is there any internal work to do?
Well, it's not running like massive amounts of boost.
Yeah,
but you're still getting like a 30 to 40 kilowatt gain.
Wow, $5,000
for $5,000. I mean, you can get a tune, but forced induction is forced induction.
Yeah, I know.
So but like the big difference is with them is the torque, because you're gonna have that turbo, that turbo. Grind. It's going to be a lot. Okay, 40 kilowatts. It might sound like a lot, but in terms of getting a lot more torque and being, it's going to be a lot more better car, like responsive car to drive.
Yeah.
He's also, because the same company offer the supercharged, like they offer a supercharged package, a turbocharged package, and get this, a supercharged and turbocharged package.
Isn't that what the WTF 86 is? Supercharged and turbo?
I think that's the
I think
kit.
they've doubled it. Yeah.
And apparently they're very linear and quite good to drive. Like that. Apparently that's how they should come out.
That thing has a
But
wide
how much
body
extra are we looking for the double?
Yeah, the double
I think
whammy
that was
there.
closer to 10.
Yeah.
Double cheeseburger with a lot. That's,
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese with an extra patty. How much was it? $10,000?
I think
thereabouts.
About that, yeah.
And how much was the kilowatt gain? Roughly.
I can't remember how much it was.
Look,
but
we probably
I was
looking at-
talking to him like a couple of weeks ago. But
We'd say under 100 kilowatt, right?
it wouldn't be
100%.
yeah.
So
it
like
wouldn't be more.
60 kilowatt,
I'd say
thereabouts,
60, 80,
70.
It wouldn't be massive,
Yeah.
but I mean, in terms of like an NA to that,
You know what?
it's quite
For
decent.
$10,000, you go get yourself a wrecked STI,
Drop
you
it
rip
into-
the guts out of it, and you put it in the BRZ or the 86, and bang, you got a turbo, and
and you can boost it more. Like
yeah,
you can do a lot more
it's
to
already
it.
built for it, and you probably get the engine for half the price
Just get a half car from Japan. I mean, they come in left, right, and center.
overnight. Yeah.
I'll just call Harry. Look, we're gonna go to a break. We're gonna go to a song by Phaserland. It's called "Alone with You." We'll be right back after this. You're back on Car Talk with Matty J. We're still talking engine swaps before we get into the quiz. As we mentioned before, Toyota or Subaru really need to do something about, they need to offer a turbocharged variant.
I feel they just don't do it to not undercut the WRX market.
I mean,
True, they'd be cutting their own lunch if they do that.
Yeah.
but then they also say,
We have someone doing donuts.
in our car park, which is always good.
I'm calling the cops if you're listening.
Yeah, I've completely forgot what I was going to say.
We're talking about the BRZ coming out with a turbo, but them cutting their own lunch if they release it. Pretty much.
It's kind of the same thing with MX-5. I mean, it's just like, it's kind of driving, like back to basics driving, like a naturally aspirated engine, like to rev and stuff like that. But really, it needs to be done. I mean, Mazda did it with the MX-5. They turboed it.
That's right, the SE.
SE,
Yes. Yeah, they're cool little cars. I mean, they didn't make that much power, but nevertheless, they're pretty cool.
They're still worth $20,000 today.
That's the problem. You know what I mean? Like they're cool and they held their value. Wow. Yeah.
But they had a full going over too. They had suspension and stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean, if I was to do one today, I'd love to see like an LS in a MX-5.
LS.
I've
You know
seen that.
what?
I've seen it too, but like I would love just to see one.
They'd
here.
have to fab a lot to get that to fit.
Well, there's a company in America that does it. They do them like all the time. Flying Miata. I don't know.
What do you do? Like drive it like a 1/10 throttle all the time because anything more that you're just going to spin everywhere.
Well, apparently to drive they're like a mini Corvette.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
So,
But how fat are the tires in the back?
And are you getting the Corvette kind of money when you're already doing that?
I mean, yeah, well, pretty much.
Yeah,
It's like a
yeah.
$50,000 swap.
Yeah, that's a lot of dosh.
That is a lot of dosh. But again, just buy a buy a wrapped around a pole LS3 SSV,
Oh, there's an abundance of them.
and then get an MX5 and drop it in.
Not too hard. We just use one of those massive shoehorns that I use to put my shoes on in the morning, and just shoehorn that thing in there, man.
But look, another good swap that's done on MR2s, like getting back to MR2s, is they put like the Camry V6s in them, the 2GRs and 1MZs with the supercharger, and they go really really well.
Oh yeah.
So I'd totally rock one of those. I always could, they rev really hard. They sound really quad cam V6. So
Yeah.
as you know, Adam, I used to have a quad cam V6 Camry, and it used to go very well.
I don't think I ever came for a drive in that car.
I don't think you did either.
I don't think I ever did. But I did see photos, and I used to always see one on the way home from work at my previous job in Gladdy Park.
Yeah, I know the exact car.
And it may still be there.
It is still there.
It is still there. So maybe you start knocking on doors and seeing if they're willing to get rid of it.
I had a close look at it the other day. Actually, it's
pretty bad.
It's got rust.
Yeah, but you know what? You don't need the body. You just need the engine, right? Find another one.
Dripping oil everywhere. And
The sump actually has a rust hole in it. So.
Oh man. Nah, a V6 and an MR2 is always cool. But yeah, WRXs. I mean, I kind of like them with the flat fours. I love to see like a Beetle with a WRX engine.
You know, I think that's been done.
Has been done.
Yeah.
Mighty Carmen's sleeper build.
Yeah, that's what they did.
That was a great time.
You could. I mean, but even better than that, I'd love to see a combi van with a WRX engine.
I could have sworn I've seen a combi
Really?
with an
I've never
LS.
seen-
No, with an LS or something ridiculous in it.
I've seen that. I've seen a combi with a it was like some massive.
Yeah.
But they couldn't fit the engine in the back. They had to put it in the middle of the car.
Yeah. I don't think it was the LS like I was saying, but yeah, it would have been something like that.
They might as well do the Top Gear thing where was it Ford Transit with the Jaguar V12?
Yeah, the XJ220 engine.
With that being said, I remember my first time I saw, like the A-Team van. I had a client that had one of these A-Team vans sort of in his shed out the back, and it was pretty sick seeing the big
Had
the
the stripe,
big
like a
Chevy
big
in
red
it.
stripe on it.
Yeah, had the interior. It looked pretty cool, and
That's bad.
he lifts up the cover inside the cabin. I'm like, oh wow, that's where the engine is. Fair enough.
Yeah, they're like
That was-
right there.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Was it the original engine, or did he put something?
I have no idea. I didn't go into detail, but all I remember is him popping that because he had the little bonnet open at the front. I'm like, oh yeah. Then you go inside the car, and oh yeah, there it is.
That's mad.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Dude, one of those with an LS would be sick.
Yeah, definitely. Even
Such fast deliveries. I mean.
the A-Team will be fighting crime in record time.
Wow. Hashtag LS the world. I'd love to see like an old Torino or Gran Torino with like a modern Coyote engine, or the Miami supercharged VR. I reckon that'd be pretty killer.
Torinos are sick.
They are. Man.
They're pretty cool looking cars. What do they normally come with anyway?
Oh, but they came with a range of engines, really.
Yeah.
But you came with the curb jet, and you could spec them out to different things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, on Mighty Car Mods MCM2, they had a Fairlane. I think it was a ZC Fairlane, and they dropped a 1UZ, which is out of an LS400, and they turboed it into it's a 4-liter V8.
They would have had to because those things weigh a ton for sure. I mean, sorry, 2 ton for sure.
But it made good power, and I don't know if you saw that series. That was like a mini series.
No, I don't unfortunately was that one yet.
It was a turbo Yoda build. It was mad. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty sick. So interesting stuff like that when they combine a few things. But a swap that would be even better would be getting the previous Gen C63 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8.
Yeah. Yes.
Putting that in a W124 like what I've got to Mercedes. That'd be bad.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the
That is a mad engine.
But even the smaller ones, what are they? They're
4-liter twin turbo.
Yeah, they're 4-liter twin turbo. Even they're pretty cool. I mean,
they sound
they're
good too.
not the same as a 63, but Yeah, probably. Well, they don't drink as much, at least.
Yeah, but it's the sound you do it for. Like, it was amazing that a German-made car would make that kind of sound. That was so dirty.
Yeah,
it probably was the dirtiest V8 sound of its time, and I reckon it's the best sounding V8 of its time too.
Yeah. I remember a client of mine had a C63, then he got an E63 because he was like, mind you, these people got money, right? This guy's like, the C63 is a kid's car, a little boy's car. He's like, the E63 is a bit better. You know, he's an older guy. You know, you appreciate the luxury of the E63, I guess, because they are pretty cool cars.
The driver letting him slide in the back.
Yes, but yeah, I reckon 63. A 6.3 liter AMG engine in something like that would be pretty cool. And my new manager's got something similar to yours. I honestly don't know what it is. It's slightly bigger than yours.
It's probably an S class.
Probably. Pretty immaculate too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you showed me a photo. It looked pretty cool. So.
But uni boss at uni job.
Yeah. My team leader. He's pretty cool. I mean, actually, he used to be a mechanic, which is awesome.
There you go. That's great.
How'd you get into IT? And he shook his head and almost pretty much just walked away. So, but he was telling me stories of Supras and GTRs and etc.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, wow, this guy's pretty cool. But yeah, definitely a Merc engine, a newer gen Merc engine into an older Merc would be pretty cool. Yeah. It'd be sleeper material.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, you'd have to have like a really like pea shooter exhaust, otherwise it's.
Yeah, how do you quieten down that thing though? Seriously.
I mean, have you heard them go past you like full pelt? They sound nuts. You've been in one, Alan. Like
I have. I've allegedly driven one when I shouldn't have
in Mexico,
and just
in Mexico. You did in Mexico.
I still shouldn't have.
And how'd it go?
We had 5 people in the car. Each of us weighing at least 80 kilograms, up to about 110 kilograms. It did not miss a beat. Like, we were up to, allegedly, 170 k's an hour. And, like, just gone from 0 to there, like, within a few seconds, you know. So it was full, then it would have been empty.
That's pretty cool. I mean, the most outstanding part about that is you knew how much everyone weighed. Like, that was the pretty cool part.
I'm doing estimations.
But that's seriously, that's pretty cool. Like, they've got balls.
Yeah.
Big balls. Big kahunas.
Big kahuna burger. My brother, his friend's dad's got one. And his son had a F6310, and he's like not next to the F6310. He's like the AMG just went. He's like the F6 went good considering it's a car like half the price. But he's like, this is a proper V8. This is an engine.
That's the thing. When you've got torque, you sink into your seat. I mean, having a lot of power as well, and horsepower wise, you still sink into your seat. But torque is just one of those things. You just pulls like a train.
Yeah,
it's insane.
And that's exactly why I was really disappointed when. My friend gave me a ride in his S2000. We were up there at 9,000 RPM, but like
it didn't feel it.
You didn't feel it. You didn't feel the torque at all. And just, I was disappointed. And I reckon I could beat him in a drag race as long as it's less than 200 meters.
Get the boost and it's like that's it. But I reckon the best sounding V out at the moment is when you get in an SRT Jeep.
They're cool too. They're cool. I think they're
6.4 liter Hemi. Even that in something would be pretty dope. Like that in like an old Toyota Crown or something would be bloody epic.
I'm trying to think. Actually, there are some new gen 6.4s, or 6.1s as well, or 6.2.
6.1s with a
6.1, yeah, put into Valiants, which are pretty cool. Yeah, which I've seen. They actually sell the engine mount kit to adapt to the standard 6K frame. So. Yeah, it's all there. Like they literally just drop in. I mean, you can get the Hellcat on a crate, just like that. You've seen them, but the problem is everything ties into the computer. The headlights, your fuel tank, your pump, and everything. It just all ties in.
With the Hellcat engine, you reckon?
I've never seen a Valiant done with a Hellcat engine. I'm sure there have been swaps, but I've heard it's hell. I've heard it's absolute hell trying to get them in. Because of the way the computer wants to work, but I'm sure a little bit of tweaking.
So you're not the first person to say that. I was watching Fast and Loud. I don't know if you've ever seen it. And they put a Hellcat engine into like an old Challenger, and apparently to get it to torque was just hard.
Yeah,
and they did one where they had to make it like a race car, and they took another engine out, and they got a crane engine this time, and you couldn't tune it. You couldn't even touch the ECU. It was that hard to do.
Apparently, like from what I've seen, the crates come with everything.
Yeah.
Like I said, tail lights. I think headlights, the fuel tank, the steering wheel, the dashboard, everything.
Wow.
Otherwise, it won't work. Supposedly. So That's insane. That it's like CAN bus, really.
Well, I know they had to get like some special like order to even make it start and they were like scratching their heads like really struggling with it.
Surely they've got to find a way to crack the PC, like what they do here. They crack the PCs. You can run MAFless systems without throwing up error codes, etc. Yeah. So surely there's a way to do it, but. Then again, maybe the Yanks are a little bit smarter when it comes to tuning their systems.
Then again, it's not an LS and they're worth a lot more. So
a lot more.
And I guess that's why with LS swaps, because they're really, really cheap and easy horsepower, there's a lot more out there for them.
Yeah.
We've got to go to our last break, and I'm going to come back with the quiz. We'll be right back after this. You're back on CarTorque with Matty J. We're talking just during that short break about resto modding, and then people have been even putting taking brand new cars and dropping like old old body parts on the new frame, so they actually they drive like a modern car. They handle, but you still got like the old.
Still got the lovely classic looks.
We're talking about a Mustang, and you're G'd up for that. I can see.
It seems like I think both options are very expensive.
Yeah,
but I feel you'll have once you can get things organized, you'll have less trouble.
I reckon it's the way to go. I mean. A normal resto mod is I reckon even a good a better way. It's a cheaper alternative, and you still get the original chassis and everything. But in terms of if you want to modernize the car with having an old look, that's the best way to go. I've seen it done with old Chargers, and we'll talk about the Mustang. So.
It's painful seeing him destroy a car just for a little bit of convenience. Come on, man.
If it's nothing left of it.
If there's nothing left of it, yeah, fair enough. You're pretty much just hacking at it anyway to make it work. But yeah, it's just one of those things, when you see someone absolutely destroy it.
How's the absence of power steering doing?
You know what? My arms are a little bit bigger. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, it's not. It's actually not that heavy. It's not that heavy. It's when you're sort of. You know what? Put it this way: I've never parallel parked it. Okay, and I probably never will because of that very fact that I haven't.
You're also missing one mirror, I believe.
Weak.
Yes, I am missing one mirror. Hey,
I just hear excuses. I just hear excuses.
You know what? I don't want to do it, okay? Because
mate, my old lady didn't have power steering. I could parallel park
that thing was 500 kilos.
It was not. I was 800 kilos.
Exactly, with you in it, right?
Yeah. Look, we're going to do the car quiz. Who's up for it tonight?
Well, I've been doing them for a while, I think.
Adam, I think it's your turn.
I'll help you out, though.
Okay, yes, please.
If I help you out, I'm taking credit.
Yes, sure.
All right, this is the CarTorque car quiz. Question 1. What engine code does the Honda Accord Euro have?
You said it before, so I already know the answer. So
I need to hear it out of your mouth, Adam, otherwise it doesn't count.
Was it you something? You... Come on, man.
What? I wasn't here. I was listening.
You can pass or come back.
No, I'm not going to get it, so it's 2JZ.
What is it, U70 something? I don't know.
Nah.
K24.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, that's the one, yes.
Bad start already. I'm giving you answers and you still can't do it. Question 2. True or false? The new Commodore VXR is turbocharged.
There isn't a new Commodore VX. Oh, that one. Sorry, yeah.
The Insignia.
Is it turbo? Yeah, it's. Is it a Commodore still?
What? Badge is a Commodore?
Insignia.
It's an Insignia, really.
It's an Insignia.
Okay, yeah.
Is it turbocharged?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Oh,
What?
come on.
Yeah.
Really?
I saw one the other day.
VXR.
They made the old one turbo and the new one's none.
Yep.
Far out, man. They're going backwards.
Question 3.
So was my score.
The 2ZZ engine came out in which Toyota? We spoke about this engine before.
Yeah, Celica.
Celica and Corolla. I would have accepted both.
Sportivo, yeah.
Yeah.
Sportivo.
Question 4. What was the original NSX more powerful and hardcore version called?
Say that question again, sorry.
What was the original NSX's more powerful and hardcore version called?
The NSX original, more hardcore version.
Think of all their cars.
I was still calling it Type R, but okay.
I'm not saying anything if you're happy with that answer.
Yeah, we'll go Type R.
Type R? Nah, I don't think it's... Do you reckon it's Type R?
I'm not saying anything.
Can I Google it quickly?
No, you can't.
This is last week's show. We Google Bullet. It's Type R. Let's just go Type R.
It is Type R.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Let's move along.
Question 5. The Lexus LC500 comes out with approximately how much power in kilowatts?
Approximately. So what's the ballpark here? Can I guess between
Like
100...
around 340, a little bit more.
Okay. You will never get the exact amount, but if you give me in between around 20-ish kilowatts, I'll give it to you.
Within 20 kilowatts?
Yeah.
340 to 360.
340 to 360.
351. Yeah, he's right.
You're
Mate, Alan, you just do the quiz, man. He's not even doing it.
No, just let him help me. It works. It works.
Question 6. The Renault Clio RS has how many options? The current, Renault Clio RS has how many options for its transmissions?
3?
1 DSG.
I put up the 1.
You didn't put up 1.
I put up 1.
Oh, that was 1.
Question.
Oh.
See, he's giving hand signals. He still can't get it right. James is dying in the background. Man. Question 7. Ford's latest Mustang to be released later this year has how many gears in its automatic transmission?
7. I don't know. No, seriously.
That's not the answer.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. That was a practice question.
Super.
Practice answer.
Practice answer.
Oh man, I'm running out of music out of me. He's giving me an answer.
8.
10.
Far out. The Astra's got 5 gears.
True or false? The Opel Insignia replaced the Opel what? Overseas.
The Insignia replaced
The mid-size sedan. What did it replace?
Vectra.
It did replace the Vectra. Question 9. The R32 GDR won which prestigious Australian motor race?
Say that bit again, sorry.
The R32 Nissan
Bathurst.
GDR won which prestigious Australian motor race?
Yeah, Bathurst.
It did win Bathurst. Godzilla.
Gojira.
Question 10. The new proposed Supra is destined to have an engine from which car company?
Beamer.
It is.
Yeah, I know that one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 10, Adam. Not too bad.
No, that was 6.5 at least. Come on.
Please.
Could have been
please.
7. 3 transmissions. Come on.
Oh, yeah, auto, manual, and DSG.
Who sells an automatic anymore? Unless it's a CVT, which is a scam and a half.
Yes. We won't talk about CVTs on this program. We are just about out of time tonight. Thank you guys for coming on.
It's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to have you guys on.
No worries.
Tune in next week at 7 p.m. again for Car Talk with Matty J. We're on every Tuesday night. Like and share our Facebook page. It's Car Talk, TORQUE with Matty J. We've also on Instagram, and if you've missed any of our previous episodes, the links are on our Facebook page on to Shout Engine, and if you prefer to listen on iTunes, we're on the iTunes as well. So don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review so we can get higher up on the podcast rankings. Just a quick hi to my nana. I know you're listening, so big hello to you. And tune in next week to James' show at 6 p.m. for Man vs. Movies. But yeah, before we end, what's your favourite engine swap you've ever seen?
Tokyo Drift, where they put the RB into the Stang. That is pretty cool. Like, this Mustang looks pretty sick in the end. It does look pretty cool. Even though it's...
I'll agree with that.
That one, yeah.
But seriously, it's not going to work.
Yes,
in real life, I don't know if I don't.
They actually made that car work.
They made it work.
They made it
Really?
work. Yeah, they wanted to have that work. And you know the scene when it's coming down sideways with the end, like the tuning with the engine off.
Yeah.
That was the engine actually
Legit?
working. It was legit.
Yeah.
They actually wanted to make that engine work for that car.
That car was
A bit of trivia with that.
And then they crushed it.
It was touched too high. Seriously, it would look like a 4-wheel drive in the movie, but it did look cool.
It did look cool.
It did look cool. I'm not going to lie.
Hashtag going over mountain spec.
Yes. At least there was no front parts there.
Yes. I mean, there were still crowds on the people. On the
It almost hit him. It almost hit him in the movie. It really did.
That's all we got time for tonight on the show. I'll leave on a song by Fly Facilities called Artie Boy. This is the Joe Goddard remix. We'll see you guys next week. Take it easy.
This is professional radio, gentlemen.
And
it's front-wheel drive.
Scotty, have you got anyone you want to thank?
Just myself.
And now we do the after hours. Dun, dun, dun.
Gentlemen, what would you go for?
Dacia Sandero.
Okay, and because it's not a supercar.
But it is.
It's not.
Automotive perfection comes in the form of 2 letters, A and U.
Long live my LTD!